What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 BMW X1 xDrive28i. Huge thank you to Shawn Sampson over at BMW of Sterling, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular X1 or any BMW product, then I'll be sure to have Shawn's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It is a beautiful cloudy day outside here today, which is perfect for filming review videos. So just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 BMW X1 xDrive28i, and this particular one's been painted in the $650 mineral white metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2024, BMW added the M35i to the X1 lineup as well as rolled out the new iDrive9 infotainment software. But this particular one being the xDrive28i, as standard, you get LED headlights with cornering and automatic high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals. This particular one's been optioned with the $800 M Sport Professional package, so you get the black headlight bezels. Now, taking a step to the left, as you may be able to tell, you have your BMW logo located at the center of your hood. And when you come down just a little bit, as mentioned, this one's been optioned with the M Sport Professional package. So with that package, you get the gloss black front grille. If you did not spec the M Sport Professional package, you would get the satin aluminum grille. I think the gloss black grille looks much better, in my personal opinion. Now, in between your two kidney grills, you may notice that you get a forward-facing camera, and that is because this particular one's been optioned with the $3,300 technology package, which gives you the 360-degree view camera system. You may also be able to tell that this one has a pretty aggressive looking front end, and that is because this has also been optioned with the $2,000 M Sport package, which gives you the sport front bumper as well as the sport rear bumper. So with that in mind, you get the gloss black lower and outer grills. They look fantastic. You kind of get the little mesh design here at the center of all of your grills. The outer grills, though, the mesh style is non-functional, but you do get the outer bumper venting. Now, last but not least, you also get 6 forward-facing sensors as standard, and the xDrive28i gets 8.1 inches of ground clearance, which is a ton more than you would expect this little SUV to have. Now, here's a front 3/4 shot of this thing. As mentioned, this one's been optioned with the M Sport package. So with that package, you get the body color wheel arch moldings. If you did not get the M Sport package, the wheel arch moldings would be satin black and much cheaper looking, in my personal opinion. Now, also included in the M Sport package, you get the M Sport adaptive suspension. Coming down just a little bit, again, this one's been optioned with a few packages, so just bear with me. This one has been optioned, as mentioned a few times now, with the M Sport Professional package. So with that package, you get the M Sport brakes with the red brake calipers. Now, this one has also been optioned with the $1,350 20-inch individual multi-spoke wheels, and the wheels are wrapped in 245/40 Continental Eco Contact 6Q summer tires. I'm going to give you a view of the tread pattern on these summer tires here real quick. And then if you are not a fan of the way that these wheels look, there are a few other wheel options. Now, up top here, as standard, you get rain sensing wipers, and this one being optioned with the M Sport Professional package, you get the gloss black mirror caps with integrated turn signals. And as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, power folding, and you will find your blind spot monitoring on the outer left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the outer right-hand side of your passenger side mirror. Now, as mentioned, this one's been optioned with the technology package, and with the technology package optioned, you get the auto-dimming driver mirror, and then you also get the cameras at the sides of both of your side view mirrors. Again, those cameras work with the 360-degree view camera system. And last but not least, at the bottom of both of your side view mirrors, you get a puddle light as standard. Now, I'm going to take a step back, give you a side profile shot of this thing. This thing from the front, in my personal opinion, at least the way that this one is spec'd, kind of looks like a baby BMW X5. I really like the way that this thing looks. I know this is one of the smaller SUVs, or the smallest SUV in BMW's lineup. However, it's very usable. There's very usable space on the interior, and it feels larger than it looks on the interior, if that makes sense. But again, this one's been optioned with the M Sport package. So with that package, you get the gloss black roof rails as well as the gloss black window trim, and then you also get the body color rocker panels with the gloss black accenting. By the way, the rocker panels also look a little bit extra sporty here with the M Sport package as well. Now, as standard with this thing, you get the body color door handles, but with the technology package, you get keyless access. Just keep in mind, however, the keyless access function is only found on your front 2 door handles. The rear 2 door handles do not get the keyless access function, even with the technology package. Now, coming around back, you can see you get your body color antenna. Now, this particular one, again, has been optioned with the M Sport Professional package, and with that package, you get the body color roof spoiler. It looks very aggressive. You also get some gloss black accenting on it with the integrated third brake light. Obviously, you get a rear window defroster, you get your rear wiper back here, and LED taillights are standard. This is a BMW after all. Now, here is a rear 3/4 shot of this thing. This thing was redesigned in 2023. It still looks great here in 2024, and I think BMW, with their design of the new BMW X3, it looks terrible. At least they did a good job redesigning the X1. The X3 that's out right now, the 2024 model year, I love the way that that looks. I think that is peak BMW. However, the new one that they just released the designs of, it looks terrible. Again, that is just my personal opinion. Now I'm going to take a step to the right, give you a little booty shot of this thing. You have your BMW logo back here, you got your chrome badging back here, you have your backup camera just underneath your BMW logo offset to the right, and as standard with this thing, you get a power liftgate. All you got to do to open up the power liftgate is put your hand underneath here, press on that pad, and the liftgate will open up. You do have to have your key fob in your pocket in order to get the liftgate to open up. So, sorry, this person's a little bit loud. Pressing on that, now I should have access here to the liftgate. So putting my hand underneath here, now the liftgate will open up. You get a decent amount of storage space back here. You get a little storage net on the driver's side. You also get a little storage cubby down underneath there here on the passenger side. You also get a 12-volt power outlet on the passenger side as well with an LED light. Now, if you need a little bit more storage space, you can fold the second row seats down. You also get a cargo cover back here, and if you need a little bit more storage space for your jumper cables, some shoes and stuff like that, you get about 8-inch storage area down underneath here because you do not get a spare tire. But really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on there in the trunk area. Now, on the trunk itself, you get these 2 buttons. The button on the left is going to close the liftgate. The button on the right is going to lock the vehicle. I just want to close the liftgate, so I'm just going to press that button. And we're just going to finish things off here at the rear end. So as mentioned, this one's been optioned with the M Sport package. So as mentioned, at the front, you get the M Sport front bumper. You also get the M Sport rear bumper with the body color diffuser and that gloss black accenting at the center of the rear bumper. As standard with this thing, you get 6 rear parking sensors. And last but not least, you have your fuel door here on the passenger side. You press on that, it will reveal it. You do not get a capless filler neck. It does ask for 87 octane minimum, but it does prefer 91 octane. And really, that's kind of about it for the exterior of the 2024 X1. Now, I personally really like the way that this one is spec'd. I think the white looks great with the M Sport Professional package and the M Sport package itself. Just a really nice looking SUV. And if you're looking to spend around $50,000 on a loaded up one of these, you can do that. That's about how much this one costs. But anyways, with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the 2-liter twin-power turbo inline 4-cylinder that produces 241 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 5.5 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 25 miles per gallon in the city, 34 miles per gallon on the highway for 28 miles per gallon combined with xDrive being all-wheel drive. And if you need a little bit more power, they also do offer the M35i, which is going to give you an additional 71 horsepower. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, this particular one's been optioned with the $3,300 technology package, so you get keyless access. All you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it if you run your finger across those 3 little lines there. Now, this is what the key fob looks like. Being optioned with the M Sport package, you get the M Sport colors there. And going over the functions on it, starting with the BMW logo, the BMW logo is your lock function. Then you have your unlock function, your power liftgate function, and your panic function. And that kind of about does it for the key fob. Now, let's see what the interior of this particular xDrive28i has to offer. So with the M Sport package, you get the M Sport seats. This particular one's been optioned with the red/black perforated Veganza upholstery. I'll get more into that here in a second. We are going to start on our door panel. So Veganza is basically like a synthetic leather material. So you get the black Veganza up top here. You're unlocking your lock functions, 2 memory seat adjustment settings. This one being optioned again with the M Sport package. You get the aluminum hexa trim with the ambient lighting, the aluminum trim, the ambient lighting, red Veganza, black Veganza, nicely padded armrest. That is going to power fold in or out your side view mirrors. Here are your side view mirror controls. You get automatic up and down windows at all 4 corners. That button is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You get a little bit of storage space here in the door panel. Also a spot you could set a water bottle, and if you press on that, that is going to open up the power liftgate. If you pull on that, that is going to close the power liftgate. This is what your front seats look like. Again, you get the sport seats as a part of the M Sport package. As standard, you get the power adjustable front seats with the manual thigh extension. So you pull on this, that is how you extend or bring the thigh extension in. This particular one has also been optioned with the $550 heated front seats and heated steering wheel. But now, let's step into the interior and take a listen to what it sounds like when you close the door. And now I'm going to fire this thing up. Take a listen. And that is what it sounds like when you fire this thing up from the driver's perspective. And now I'm just going to walk you throughout the entire interior. So up top here, you get a defroster for the driver window. You get the same thing over there on the passenger side. And then beneath that, you get an HVAC vent. You get some more of that hexa trim here with the ambient lighting. If you press on that, that is going to pop up your exterior lighting settings here on the infotainment system. So you can see you can turn your headlights on, headlights automatic, headlights off, and then that is to turn the automatic high beams on or off. Right now it is in the automatic position, and that will light up in green when it is in the automatic position, and that is how you turn the lights off. Now, coming to the bottom of the steering wheel, if you flip that down, that gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can push the steering wheel away from you, you can bring the steering wheel towards you, and it also moves up and down. Once you find your comfortable position, all you gotta do is lock that right back into place. Now, let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like here on the X1. And then zooming back out, this is what your steering wheel looks like. So with the M Sport package, you get the M Sport steering wheel. So it looks better, looks sporty, but then you also get the M down here. You get the paddle shifters here. And one thing that's interesting about these paddle shifters is that if you are in drive and you press and hold this for a couple of seconds, that is your boost system. So it's like Porsche's instant throttle response button. So basically you get a sport response for 10 seconds. So basically if you wanted to, floor it, or you wanted to race somebody and they line up next to you, you press and hold on that. That is going to give you 10 seconds of full kill acceleration. It is a pretty awesome system, but it also doubles as your downshift paddle, and then you also have your upshift paddle. Now, going throughout this steering wheel here, just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen. That is what the horn sounds like here on the X1. Now, on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. You click on this. This is how you turn the cruise control system on or off. Now, this one has not been optioned with adaptive cruise control. I'm going to put the package that you have to get in order to get adaptive cruise control on screen right now. But anyways, here are your cruise control settings. Now, on the right-hand side of the vehicle, these 2 buttons here are basically your volume controls. Now, beneath that, you can see you have that scroll knob with those 2 arrows. So if you scroll down on that and then you click to the left or the right, that is to go backwards on the track, that is to go forwards on the track. But then the left and the right arrow, as well as the up and the down control, are also to control either this screen or what you got on your head-up display. That also is going to pop up your phone stuff on the head-up display, and that button right there is to speak to the vehicle. Basically, you can tell the vehicle to turn the AC system to 61 degrees, fan speed 3, and it will do exactly that. And then that's going to pop up your music stuff also on your head-up display up top here as well. Now, if you click this right here, that is going to control what you see not only on your 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster, but also what you see on your head-up display up top there. Now, if you wanted the head-up display system, you would have to opt for the $3,300 technology package in order to get that head-up display. So anyways, clicking on the gear thing right here, that is going to pop up the controls. So right now, this is what the digital gauge cluster looks like. So you can see here of your speedometer over here, digital speedometer readout at the center, and you can see on the right-hand side, you have the percentage of the power you're using. So let's say you floored this thing. Basically, this line would come up to 100%, letting you know that the vehicle is being floored. And then you have your coolant temperature gauge, ambient exterior temperature, ambient exterior temperature. You have your transmission status stuff, who's buckled, who's not buckled, the traffic sign. Then you have the time, you have your fuel gauge, and your fuel range. Now, going throughout that screen, you click this button right here. You can see now we are in the trip data screen. Then you have your route preview screen. Then you have your map. It's going to pop up the map at the center. Come down one more. You have your media / radio stuff. Personally, for me, I kind of like the reduced view. Now, if I click over to the right, I can go into this layout right here, which gives me the tachometer and the speedometer. That's probably the screen that I would use. Then you have your power percentage over there. You come down one more, and then it is this screen. I don't like that screen. If it were me, this is the screen that I would use. I like the tachometer rather than the percentage of the power output. And then you can come over to the head-up display. So right now, I'm adjusting the head-up display. I can see up top, you get the standard view, which is the digital speedometer readout and the speed limit sign. You come down one, then you have your tachometer, and then you also have the digital speedometer readout and the speed limit sign. You come down, okay, so those are your only two. So you get your standard view and your sport view. I kind of like the way the sport view looks, so I'm gonna put it in that. But anyways, this is what the screen looks like. You can see your tachometer now. I like that better personally. And again, when you go throughout this control or this control, it's gonna pop up your phone stuff on the head-up display, and then that is going to pop up your audio stuff on the head-up display. All right, now that's kind of about it for that. Coming over to here, again, for 2024, you now get the iDrive 9 system. So this is the 10.7-inch iDrive 9 infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. So this is what the screen looks like. You have your shortcut buttons over here to go back, bring you into your media stuff, bring you into your phone stuff, bring you into your navigation screen. This is what the home screen looks like. You can see Apple CarPlay stuff there. You get your phone stuff. If you swipe up, you get your personal assistant. And then you got your different content. You can adjust the destination for the navigation system. You get your My BMW stuff. Then you have your weather and your clock as well as your date. If you swipe over, then you have your clock and your date just laid out differently. Now, one thing that I was not totally sold on about BMWs, but the reason that BMW is getting rid of all their physical controls is they want you to speak to the vehicle. They want it to make, they think that that is easier to do than clicking a button or twisting a control knob. So I don't know if I agree with BMW on that one, but it is what it is. It is what they're doing. This comes standard with a dual zone climate control system. So you can see your temperature controls are both here and here. Not only are those your temperature controls, but if you option this with the $550 heated front seats and heated steering wheel, if you click on that, that is also going to pop up your heated seats, 3 levels of adjustability, as well as your heated steering wheel with 3 levels of adjustability. And if you click over to here, that is your heated front seat, passenger seat with 3 levels of adjustability. Now, if you wanted to pop up the climate control stuff throughout the entire screen, you could click on that fan speed right there, and now this is what the climate control screen looks like. At the center, you have your home button. It's going to pop up your home stuff. And then if you click on those 4 boxes right there, that is going to bring you into your secondary menu. You can see all the different things you can see here on the infotainment screen. But if this is a little bit too overwhelming for you, let's say, they can split it up in between your different infotainment apps, your different vehicle apps, your recently used apps, your digital premium stuff. So basically you can kind of make it a little bit less overwhelming when you go in between these different things. But if you want it to be the least overwhelming thing ever, you click on that magnifying glass, and let's say we wanted to go into like ambient lighting or something, right? Or let's go into remote start. We'll go into engine. So it's gonna Okay, remote engine start. So this one has not been optioned with remote start, as you may be able to tell, so it lets you know what the remote start system does. Even though the key fob has the remote start function, you have to pay an option in order to get remote start. So it's ready for remote start, you just got to pay for it. So that makes it very easy, again, if you just click on the magnifying glass when you are in the secondary screen to find what you need to find. And then if you pull down from up top here, basically you have different shortcuts you can add. You have your driver profile, etc. And then up top here, you can see you have your current time. Now, this thing being optioned with the technology package, you get a wireless charging pad. This is an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and if you put it down here in the wireless charging pad and the phone begins to charge, I'll give it a second. So now the phone is charging. It lets you know the wireless charging pad is active, and you also get a little thing up top here with a battery with a lightning bolt letting you know that the wireless charging pad is active. And really, that's kind of about it for that screen. Very easy to use screen. However, again, this one gets a 360-degree view camera system as a part of the technology package. So if you click on that right there, that kind of looks like a camera, it is going to pop up your parking assistant page. So basically it's going to pop up the 360-degree view camera system as well as the parking assistant plus, but it's just being a little bit finicky right now. Now, there we go. Now this is what the parking assistant is looking for, a parking spot, and then you get the 360 cam. That is the rear view camera at the moment, but you basically get the idea. You also get a panoramic view of this as well. So that is what that looks like. I kind of like the parking view the best, personally. And that's kind of about it for that. Again, wireless charging pad is located down here. The wireless charging pad comes a part of the technology package. You also get the 2 cup holders. You get the 2 USB-C ports. You get a little bit of storage space down underneath here. This is not like your regular iDrive system, so you don't get the scroll knob and all the shortcuts. But anyways, that is to start the vehicle. This is your transmission toggle. That is to put this thing into park. It's also going to engage your parking brake. Then you got your hazard button there. That's going to pop up the parking assistant and the 360 camera system. Volume control knob. Press on the volume control knob. That mutes the audio system. Then to go backwards on a track, you click that. To go forwards on a track, you click that. And then the My Modes button, that's going to bring you in between your different drive modes. You get your personal mode, sport mode, efficient, expressive, relaxed, digital art. So basically sport mode is probably the only other mode that I would probably put this thing into. And then if you click on that, that is going to bring you into your driving settings. So you can see you got your driver assistance stuff. You can turn the lane departure warning on or off. You can turn the hill descent control on or off. You can click into that. You can go in between the different things here. And then you also have your different drivetrain and chassis controls, like the auto stop start system, the iconic sounds, the drive off support. So you can see you can adjust what you want to there. And then that's kind of about it for the controls. If you click on this, that is going to give you access to your console down in here. Can't really fit all that much. Maybe one of those to-go Kleenex things right here, or your key fob, something like that might fit down in there. And then the armrest is actually very nicely padded. This is what the driver's seat or passenger seat looks like, excuse me. Coming over to here, you get a lockable lower glove box with actually quite a bit of storage space down in there. You can fit what you need to. Closing that back up top here, you get an auto dimming rear view mirror. Then you have your driver light. Then you have your front passenger light. The lights themselves are touchscreen. Now, if you click on that, that is also going to turn the driving light on. This is your instant dome light on button. It's going to turn on all the interior dome lights, again, by the push of this button right here. Then you got your roadside assistance button. And if you see this light with those 3 lines, that is going to bring you into your interior light settings. So that is what the interior light settings look like. So you can have the light come on when you open up the door. You can have the light not come on when you open up the door, etc. And then you can turn on all the interior lights. And then a little bit behind that, the technology package gives you an option whether you want the sunroof or not. So when optioning for the $3,300 technology package, you have the option of getting the panoramic roof at no additional cost, or if you can spec it without the panoramic roof, you get $1,000 back. But anyways, this is what the panoramic sunroof looks like. You pull back once on that, the shade is going to open up. It's kind of slow, so I'm going to let that thing do its thing, and we'll move on from there. But anyways, this sunroof slides, and it also tilts up as well. If you wanted the sunroof to tilt up, all you gotta do is push up against that and the sunroof will tilt open. If you push forward, the sunroof will close back up. And then if you wanted it to open up all the way, all you gotta do is pull back on that and the sunroof itself will open up. I'll show you that when it is all the way opened. Now coming over to here, you get a vanity mirror with a vanity light, as well as a spot you can set any small little paper product. Now, do these slide forwards and backwards? No, they are fixed in position. Kind of a shame. And then driver gets an OPU panel, as does the front passenger, and this is what the sunroof looks like when it is open. Quite a bit of opening here, and if you press back one more time, it will open up all the way, I figured. And then if you double click on that, this is going to close, and the shade is also going to close right behind it. And really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on up here at the front. I do want to go over seat comfort. I'm 5'9", I'm a slimmer person, and with the M Sport package, again, you get these M Sport front bucket seats. If you're a heavier person, you are not going to want to get the M Sport package because the bolstering on me, I'm a smaller person, fits me perfectly. I love it. I would definitely get the M Sport package because these seats are super, super comfortable. I love the bolstering. But again, if you are a thicker person, you're not going to be very comfortable in these seats. Me being more slim, I'm very comfortable in these seats. But basically now I'm just going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at what you get with the M Sport package, the M Sport Professional package, the technology package, everything that you get as standard. But basically I am just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 X1 xDrive28i is spec'd is $50,305. I think this is very nicely equipped for $50,000. It looks great on the exterior. It looks great here on the interior. You get all the options that you really want. The only option I would want is the driving assistance package, which is going to give you the adaptive cruise control system. However, yesterday I did a video with an Alfa Romeo Tonale. $55,000 was not worth $55,000 by any means. This is a much nicer vehicle for $50,000, which is $5,000 less than the Tonale. So anyways, I want to show you what we got going on in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So this is what the door panel looks like back here. Again, you get automatic up and down windows back here. We're going to see how far the windows go down. So you go about right there. Again, automatic up as well. Sometimes they can be a little finicky when the door is open. Anyways, storage space, a spot you could set a water bottle, and this is what these second row seats look like. Stepping on into the second row, you get an OPU panel, a spot you could set your dry cleaning, and a dome light. You get a seat back pocket behind both the driver and the front passenger seat. You get two HVAC vents, two USB-C ports, a spot you could set your phone down here while your phone is charging with the USB-C ports. You get the same stuff over there on that side as well. And then you get a center fold down armrest with two cup holders. The armrest itself is nicely padded. Now, leg and knee room, I'm a little bit further behind or back than I normally would be in the driving position, but still plenty of knee and leg room. And then when it comes to headroom, I've got plenty of headroom. And seat comfort, I think these second row seats are also very comfortable. Very nice level of reclinability here in the second row as well. Very nice looking vehicle on the exterior, very comfortable, and it's just a great vehicle, again, in my opinion, for $50,000. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of this thing. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video, where I always start my videos here. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour, and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. We'll go about 5 right here. Did pretty well over the first one. Let's see how it does here over the second one. You feel a little bit of turbo lag. Again, 5 miles an hour, about 5. I'm gonna give this thing a 7.7 on a scale of 1 to 10. It did very well over those speed bumps, but you can feel that the suspension is a bit firm, and that is because this thing handles very well. I mean, there is very minimal body roll when you do the body roll test. I mean, this thing, I honestly feel very confident in saying that I could take this thing around a track, and I think it would actually do pretty darn well for an SUV. I'm not saying it's going to destroy everything else on the track, but I can tell you that going around turns and stuff, I would be very impressed with this thing, all things considered. So I'm going to do a nice little acceleration out onto the roadway here after that pilot goes, and we're going to get merged up into traffic. Now, one thing about this thing, it's also rather quick as well. Easy acceleration, very easy acceleration. I mean, that is one thing about BMWs, is it doesn't really matter which one you get, they're all pretty quick. So this thing is really, you know, honestly impressively quick for what it is, especially when you put it into, you pull back on this paddle and you do the boost. Like here, watch. The boost paddle is basically like Porsche's sport response paddle, right? It gives you 10 seconds of hard acceleration. So it's a pretty cool little feature here. This guy totally just jacked on the brakes. Come on, man, let's go. Anyways, very comfortable driving experience. Now, when you're out on the roadway, you don't really feel like the suspension is too firm. It's just really when you go around certain bumps and stuff. But other than that, I mean, barely putting my foot in the accelerator, and I just accelerate really, really quickly. Quicker than I would expect to accelerate, honestly. So it just makes easy use of traffic. You know, you can get through traffic really easy with this thing, and even easier with the M35i. Now, I have not driven an M35i, but I would assume that it would probably be pretty good and pretty easy to cut through traffic with one of those things, because it seems like it'd be pretty easy to cut through traffic with this thing as well without even having to get on it. So really around 1700 RPM is where you could see this thing really begin to build, you know, some power. Really beneath that, it doesn't really feel all that peppy. You kind of just got to wind it out, and that's that turbo lag. But when you get up to about 1700 RPM, that's where you can really feel it to start build that boost, build that power. So just a really cool vehicle. Again, I mentioned a little bit ago in the video that I did a video yesterday with a 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonale, and they were asking $55,000 for that thing. And you know, I didn't really, you know, I did not like it, but for 55 grand, it was just not worth 55 grand in my personal opinion. Now, I think this is an easier sell for $50,000. You know, this is a really nice looking SUV on the exterior. It's a really nice looking vehicle here on the interior. It looks great. It feels great. And it's also just a fun driving experience as well. You can feel this thing is nimble. It wants to go. Now, it doesn't have the most amount of power. You know, if you've driven a BMW X3 M40i, you know, that's obviously quicker than this, but this thing is actually respectably quick. Here's a regular acceleration. And barely getting on the throttle is going to out accelerate most other people here on the road. So that is something that I definitely like, is just the ease of acceleration. And it's also, even with that ease of acceleration, it's still going to get good fuel economy as well, which is, you know, you get the best of both worlds, really the best of three worlds, because you get the good acceleration, you get all-wheel drive, and you also get good fuel economy as well. I mean, it's hard to beat those three things. Now, there is one package above this, and I do believe that it is the premium package. Not 100% sure, maybe luxury. I don't know. I'll put it on screen right now. That package is going to give you the Harman Kardon sound system. Now, the standard hi-fi BMW sound system, it sounds pretty good. I do, though, wish it was a little bit louder. Now, honestly, I could be okay with this sound system. Now, I haven't really messed with the controls on the sound system, but I would assume if I went into the controls with the sound system, I could make it sound a little bit better. But, you know, if you're really, really into listening to music in your vehicle, you're probably going to want to get the Harman Kardon sound system. It's just going to sound that much better. But, yeah, you know, it's all up to what you want. But other than that, I mean, it's just got that ease of power. It looks very good. It's just a great vehicle for $50,000. You know what I mean? It looks the part, it plays the part, and it goes the go. Need I say more? So again, if you want the upgraded sound system, take a look at that package that I just put on screen. But other than that, infotainment system is going to take a little bit of getting used to. You know, you're not going to be able to get in this thing and know exactly how to use it right off the bat. That is one thing about BMWs, is they take a little bit of getting used to, you know, in order to learn how to use their systems. But, you know, you can make do with it, and if you learn it after a few hours, you'll be totally fine. It is just going to take a little bit of getting used to. Now, I'm going to wait for this light to turn green, and once the light turns green, I'm going to do a full throttle acceleration there to the left. All right, now we're going to do a nice full throttle acceleration here to the left. I am in sport mode, so I'm going to get lined up here and floored. All right, that was a nice acceleration. Now, it did take a little bit of winding up, but once it started winding up, it started really to go. Now, it doesn't have like that, you know, in-your-face acceleration, but when you're looking at the you're looking at the speedometer while you're accelerating, you're like, it feels like I'm going faster than, or excuse me, it looks speed-wise, like I'm going faster than it feels like I am, if that makes sense. So very seamless acceleration is kind of the best way that I can describe this. It's quick, but it feels just very luxurious, like very luxurious speed. So it's quick, guys. It's quick. It's quick and it gets good fuel economy. You kind of can't really beat that. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. Those things help me grow, and those things, you know, each like, each comment, each subscription gets me one step closer to my goal. So I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.